Hello, I'm Oskar Sherlief and you're watching the news from Kazakhstan. The break of several dams in the Almaty region could flood several remote settlements. Personnel of the emergency ministry are currently busy trying to prevent the disaster. Find out more from the next report.
For already 2 straight days, the emergency minister's personnel used sandbags to prevent the water of the Kurchin reservoir to spill over. In February, the dam accumulated an unprecedented amount of meltwater, 120 million cubic meters in total. The minister's specialists say that the limit will be reached very soon.
The actual body of the dam is being raised by the forces of the Civil Defense and Emergency Department of Almaty.
To avoid the break of the dam, additional taps were made in its body. Regular drain is being controlled by divers who break ice jams every few hours. 6,000 people have been evacuated from the potential flooding zone. Settlements Akchi and Kurti in the Almaty region. They were placed with relatives in safer locations, as well as in the district hospital and in the emergencies department field camps. The entrance to the dangerous villages is closed and protected by the police. The settlements are patrolled to prevent looting. Still, people are reluctant to leave homes as they fear the unknown future. The ministry does not say when the state of emergency will be lifted. Nobody tells us anything, and it is unknown how long we will have to wait. The authorities also cannot guarantee anything. What if a giant wave will go around? People say there is literal tons of water and it can crush the village. If so, what would the government do? Lay some flowers at our graves? A committee led by the deputy governor of the Almaty region, Bolat Akenov, is currently working at the site. More than 30 pieces of specialized equipment are used for the prevention works. 500 people, including ministers, personnel, police and doctors, are involved in the operation. Governor Serik Umbetov visited the area with an inspection on Friday.
We are working and the situation is under control.
Kurti is not the only danger zone in the region right now. On Thursday, a break occurred at the diverting canal of the Targap reservoir, which was later sealed with sandbags as well. The previously flooded section of the highway Almaty-Bishkek was recently reopened for traffic. The water was removed by the company Kaz Autodor. The region's governor reports that although the situation remains complicated, it is stable and is under control.
Meanwhile, work on clearing roads and pumping water from flooded settlements in the Almaty region is still underway. More than 50 people and 10 vehicles are used by the emergency ministry to eliminate problems caused by heavy rainfall and melting snow.
50 tons of slag and gravel were brought to the village Yeskio Mess while water was pumped out from the yards. The ditches were paved. Currently, emergency ministry's personnel reinforce the upper part of the Targap dam with sandbags. However, flooding of houses continues in settlements of Koksusk and Yeskendin areas. In Balkhash area, a section of the bypass highway, Kapshagay-Karoli, is flooded. Previously, heavy rainfalls caused intense floods in the Almaty region with a number of settlements sustaining major damage. More than 6,000 people have been evacuated from the area. Currently, they are beginning to return to their homes.
Jakishev's attorney Nurlan Beysekeyev could face an administrative arrest of up to 10 days. Last, the presiding at the Kazatomprom trial judge retired to the court chamber to make a decision.
The hearing on Friday afternoon continued without lawyer Beysekeyev while he was busy completing another motion for the judge's disqualification. The latter continued the trial, ignoring legal procedures. The confrontation began in the morning while Judge Joldazbekov announced a new stage of the process, the disclosure of case materials. Mukhtar Jakishev and his attorney objected because they still cannot get fully acquainted with the materials. So far they had access only to 2 volumes out of 28. According to Beysekeyev, the judge replied to this objection with a possible charge of contempt to the court. Everything I do is supported by the law. However, the court said that it will not recognize my actions to defend Mukhtar Jakishev and is ready to take various repressive measures against me to force me quitting my professional duties.
Some unexpected development in the widely publicized case of Kazhimkhan Masimov versus human rights activist Talas Sagimbayev. During Friday's hearing, the father of the acting prime minister decided to withdraw his complaint and proposed a settlement agreement. However, the defendant put forward counter-conditions to pay off the debts of his clients and compensation in the amount of $70,000.
The Prime Minister's father, Kazhimkhan Masimov, attempted to show a rare example as his lawyers declared the withdrawal of his claim and suggested a peaceful settlement. However, the defendant, human rights activist Talas Sagimbayev, unexpectedly made a counterclaim as he wants to collect debts to his clients as well as a compensation of $70,000. This is the exact amount the plaintiff demanded as compensation for moral damages.
Since the day they withdraw the claim, they should compensate me for moral damages caused by their initial claim. I think $70,000 is little money for Masimov.
The judge stated that the defendant can ask for the compensation only in his own lawsuit. As a result, human rights activists declined the peaceful settlement and the process continued. Kazhimkan Masimov's lawyers had to explain how Talas Sagimbayev had offended their client. In his speeches, Talas Sagimbayev defamed the name, the honor and dignity of my client. The population now thinks of him as a swindler and embezzler. All this has impacted his health. Quoting human rights defenders' words from numerous publications in the press, Masimov Sr.'s lawyers accused him of self-promotion. Sagimbayev argued that he only wanted to help businessmen who collaborated with Masimov. The press was used to create a better public exposure of the conflict because otherwise his clients could have resorted to extreme measures. Nevertheless, the defendant cites all of these arguments in his counterclaim, the review of which will take place in the near future.
Meanwhile, leaders of Kazakh journalist organizations appealed to the country's leadership, asking them not to obstruct the printing of oppositional newspapers under the umbrella of Respublika's brand.
The message reads, "We, the journalists of Kazakhstan, appeal to you asking to resolve the issue with the printing of newspapers Golos Respubliki and Moya Respublika." The address is signed by the leader of the National Journalists Union, Seyit Kazım Ataev, head of Adilsos Foundation, Tamara Kaleva, and a number of editors. The letter's authors note that for already half a year, newspapers under Respublika's umbrella have to use office equipment for printing out new issues. An open letter is addressed to the Prime Minister Karim Masimov and several other senior officials.
No one is looking past the name Respublika in the titles of our publication. As soon as printers see it, they close their doors. That is why we are asking senior officials to openly dispel all fears and doubts and say that there is no ban on printing our newspaper.